everyone, my name is Tiffany Dean and I am a celebrity fashion stylist here in Hollywood, California. I actually have been styling for many years now, about 10 years actually. I started styling at the tender age of 17. My mother is a celebrity fashion designer and she threw me in basically to get my feet wet, to basically learn a little bit about that side of the industry. And I've worked with many celebrities such as Tyrese and Katy Perry, Paris Hilton. I've also styled for many fashion magazines, Elle magazine, Harper's Bazaar, and Essence magazine. And today we're going to go through the ins and outs of how to be a fashion stylist if you want to break into the industry or if you want to just learn a little bit about fashion styling for your own personal use. So let's jump right in. We are going to start with the importance of internships. Now, to be a professional and a really great fashion stylist, you have to learn and know what you're doing, and that comes with internships. Now, you can intern for many fashion stylists if they have open internships available, which being an intern, you do start off at the bottom, but it is the best to learn exactly what you need to know and all of the ins and the outs, the things that you should do and the things that you shouldn't do from working with different fashion stylists or wardrobe stylists or also costume designers in the fashion and entertainment industry. To be an intern is kind of a flunky job, sometimes people say. It's a job that sometimes doesn't get paid. There are different types of internships. You have unpaid internships and paid internships. Paid internships are great, but at the same time, if it's an unpaid internship that's offered to you, I definitely would take it. This industry is very, very, very hard to get into. So if you get an internship, that could definitely turn into a possible assisting job, which is a paid position as a fashion stylist assistant. Now, from being an intern, you have different things that will be on your plate, from making calls to different fashion PR showrooms to book appointments for your stylist that you're working for, or basically steaming and collecting racks of clothes and transporting, packing up boxes, packing up shoes, being that person on set that runs and gets the things as they're needed. Basically, interning is a wonderful opportunity to really know what you're doing and what to expect as a fashion stylist. It's a great way to also know if this is the right industry for you. This industry isn't for everyone. I definitely can say that you have to have patience, you have to love your craft, you have to breathe fashion, and you have to also really want to please your client. Your client, which is being either the photographer or the celebrity or the director that you're working with. So becoming an intern is your first step in to your fashion styling career, if that's what you want to do. Being an assistant is the next phase in the fashion styling career once you pass the internship phase. Now, when you're an assistant, you really have to know what the stylist that you're working for is thinking, is wanting. You have to be that second mind. Now, an assistant is an amazing position as well because you're one phase up, one step up in your ranking and becoming a fashion stylist. Now, assistants do everything that kind of interns do as well, but an assistant is paid. You would travel with your fashion stylist that you're working with. You would possibly pick up and drop off returns. An assistant has to have everything down packed. You have to be very organized. Your notes have to be impeccable. And you basically have to roll with the punches, as I can say. Whatever your stylist that you're working for and that your assisting needs, you have to be right there and right on point to assist in that process. Within fittings, you have to be right there with the pins, you have to be right there with the tape measure, you have to be right there with the hanger to take the clothes from your stylist to hang them back up on the rolling rack. With assisting, you have more responsibility because you're not basically in that learning phase. You're learning more when you're an intern, and when you're an assistant, you're supposed to be a professional within that phase of assisting a fashion stylist. You want to be doing things in a timely manner. You want to be very reliable and trustworthy. Now, within the field of fashion styling, there is goo-gobs, as I can say, of clothes and things that you have to keep up with. Now, these clothes and these shoes and these accessories are sometimes, and most of the time, very, very expensive pieces. And you want to show the fashion stylist that they can trust you with the merchandise that they have signed their name for or put their credit card down for. So you don't want to take the merchandise and, wear it over the night and go out to the club or something like that. You want to be a trustworthy intern and a trustworthy assistant. This industry is very small, and if you burn your bridges now, that burns your bridges on becoming a head stylist. So you can learn a lot of what not to do, and a lot of what to do, and a lot of what you would do differently if and when you become a head fashion stylist, all through assisting. Now, I can say that 9 times out of 10, you're not going to be a head stylist if you are not an assistant first. And 9 times out of 10, unless you have amazing connections with the fashion stylist in a major industry, you're not going to be an assistant without an amazing internship. So you have to learn, you have to listen, and you have to be eager to be somebody in this industry. And the eagerness is what gets you hired, and the eagerness is what gets you job after job after job. Now, you can work for more than one stylist unless the stylist you're working for tells you that they would prefer you to only work for them. Now, if they tell you that, then you have to make sure that they have enough work coming in and that there's enough jobs that you can basically make enough money as an assistant to continue on and only be exclusive to them. Now, some assistants assist up to 5 different stylists. You just have to make sure to keep your calendar straight and keep yourself organized to where you know that you're not double booking jobs on the same day, because that's a no-no in this industry. Each job that you basically assist someone on, you want to make sure that you give them your full undivided attention. And as you're at these different places, as fashion PR firms pulling and boutiques, you want to be able to focus on the job at hand. There's a lot of focus that has to go into this. There's no room for mishaps. There's no room for flub-ups, as I would say. So you want to be on point. You want to be very organized. And what I can say, the best tip that I can give you for being an amazing assistant is a notebook. You must have a notebook. You must write everything down. You must keep an itinerary of your stylist's day, their appointments throughout the day. You want to keep them on time for their appointments, for their pulls. You want to definitely be somewhere ahead of time and on point with everything that you're doing. You're supposed to be the second mind to a fashion stylist. You want to be their second mind. So that means that you want to think for them and you want to know what they're thinking before they say it to you. And that is a fabulous assistant.